What is going on, people of Hyrule? It is Link here. It is currently 12:25 in the morning. WrestleMania just ended not too long ago, and I have to say I'm rather disappointed in the show as a whole. I honestly think that was the worst WrestleMania in history. Um, First off, let's talk about the pre-show first. All right, let's talk about the Battle Royals. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And Matt Hardy won it. What does that do for anybody? Like, yeah, it was cool to see Bray Wyatt come back and, like be on Matt Hardy's side and everything. But other than that, like, what does that do for anybody? I think that Battle Royal should be a catalyst to somebody's career. I think you should earn something other than just your name on a giant trophy. I think you should earn more than that. Uh, and as far as women's Battle Royal, it was. I thought that, WWE suckered everybody in. I thought Bayley had won it. I thought Bayley was, she was the winner. Finally got to, the top of something. And then Naomi comes in and wins. Because Naomi never got eliminated. Whatever. Bad writing. Pretty much sums up the entire night. Bad writing. I was not pleased with this WrestleMania at all. The Cruiserweight match was a good match, though. I will give that, it was nice to see Cedric Alexander finally get his hands on the title belt. But as far as, the rest of the pre-show gets like a 2 out of 10 stars. I was not very fond of it. And then into actual WrestleMania. The first match was, the triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. Seth Rollins won. I'm happy about that. I'm a Seth Rollins fan. I'm glad he won. Really, in that match, I would have gone for anybody. I like, Seth Rollins. I like Finn Balor, and I like The Miz. Liked all three of them. I didn't care who won that match. But all in all, I feel like they could have done more in that match. It was a good match, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they could have done more. Like, it's WrestleMania. You don't come out there and have a 10-minute match for the Intercontinental title and that be it. Like, that's kind of boring. And then the Fatal 4-Way match for the U.S. title, a gender one. That's all I need to say. Gender one. Nobody likes that. Now, the thing that I think was the biggest shocker and what caught a lot of people off was Asuka's streak is now over. Charlotte Flair has defeated Asuka on the grandest stage of them all, made Asuka tap out. I did not see that coming. I did not expect it. Am I happy with the outcome? Yes and no. Yes, I like Charlotte. She's a phenomenal women's athlete. But no, because I don't think that WrestleMania was the place to end, Asuka's streak. Granted, there's no better time to do it, but, like, at least let her win the title and have a run with it first. Don't just make her lose when she goes for the title. But regardless, the streak is now over. Charlotte is still your SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Daniel Bryan and Shane won. Beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Who saw that coming? Good match nonetheless. It was good to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring doing what he does best. Daniel, we are glad to have you back. In terms of, the rest of the night, it was pretty disappointing after that. Alexa Bliss lost her title, which you all know how I feel about that. I don't even need to say it. I'll say it anyways, though. It fucking sucks. Alexa did not deserve to lose that title. She deserved to keep it. Triple H and Stephanie versus Kurt and Ronda was a way better match. I will give this one credit. It was a way better match than I anticipated it to be. False finishes all over the fucking place. All in all, it was a good match. I would give that match alone probably match of the night, in my opinion. I think that was the best match that we saw. Undertaker and John Cena squash match. That was the fastest WrestleMania match Undertaker has ever had. It was like, 2-3 minutes? Something like that. It was ridiculously short, and it was good to see Taker come back, but I was hoping to see like a 5-star contest between the two of them, but I do understand, Undertaker, he's getting old. He can't really do all the things in the ring that he used to be able to do. I get that. It's whatever. I'm fine with it. It was just good to see Taker come back and more than likely go out on his terms, the way that he wanted to. The WWE Championship match, very disappointing in all aspects. The match itself was lackluster, did not live up to the hype that it was given. They could have done so much better. Instead, they didn't. You didn't really see them flying out of the ring. You didn't see anything going on outside the ring. All in all, that match was way, way worse than it should have been. That match should have been an instant classic. Instead, it was an instant embarrassment. And then Shinsuke turning... I'm pretty sure Shinsuke's a bad guy now. I think he just turned heel. I mean, what a better time to do it, though, WrestleMania. But on top of that, neither one of the Royal Rumble winners won the match. Neither one of them won. They both lost. That's not good writing. That is not good writing at all. Braun Strowman, that's a joke. I'm sorry, but you're going to give up that much hype and then have like a 10-year-old kid come in. Now, I'm not hating on the kid or anything. It was a good moment. I'm glad to see that Strowman has the titles and everything. But it's the fact that there was so much hype built up to who his partner is going to be, and then he goes and plucks some kid out of the crowd to be his partner. I get Strowman's proving a point. He doesn't need a partner. I get that. But regardless, I just think that it's a little ridiculous. Don't build up that much hype for something and then that happen. And that pretty much sums up the entire night. That's what it was. Building up hype for a whole bunch of different stuff and then being disappointed. All night, that's what happened. And then, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I think the crowd chants pretty much sum that one up. It was, a shocker to see blood. I'll admit that. We haven't seen a lot of that here recently. So it was, a big shocker to see that. And Roman, he was bleeding. It was coming everywhere. My brother and his wife and his kids were over, and my niece saw that. She was like, "Oh, I'm never watching wrestling again." It was crazy, but I feel like they were trying to do that to make people more interested in the match, but it didn't work. It really didn't. It was a disappointing match. Nobody wanted to see it in the first place. Disappointing ending. I just think WrestleMania as a whole this year was the worst WrestleMania in a very long time. I think that the best part of WrestleMania week was NXT TakeOver. That show, 10 out of 10 stars. Phenomenal show they put on Saturday night. But, I mean, really? Like, come on. WrestleMania is supposed to be the biggest event of the year. It's supposed to have epic matches. And it didn't. It was just really disappointing. I think this is really going to hurt WWE a lot. I am still excited for, tomorrow night. I'm excited, or I guess tonight, it's after midnight. I'm excited for Raw. The Raw after Mania is always the best Raw of the year. You see all the, NXT debuts. You see all of the, returning superstars that have been injured. I doubt we're going to see Dean Ambrose. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be out for a few more months with his injury. But all in all, it was just a very disappointing WrestleMania. I give it like 1.5 stars out of 10. And that was for the two matches that I enjoyed, which were, the triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. And, I take that back. Charlotte and Asuka put on a good match. They did put on a good match. I just didn't approve of the ending of that match. I expected one title to change hands tonight, like in the women's division. And it did. It just wasn't the title I hoped it was going to be. But, just a very disappointing WrestleMania. I know I've said that a lot, but I'm very disappointed with this year's WrestleMania. They could have done so much better. They could have gone so much bigger. The set looks stupid. The layout of it was stupid. It was 5 hours long, not including the pre-show. That's ridiculous. How are you going to go from 7 o'clock to 12 straight? That's ridiculous. There's no reason you should have 5 hours straight of WrestleMania. Then the pre-show on top of that, which was 2 hours, it was a 7-hour-long event. That's ridiculous. That's way too much time. I think that they should have gone from 7 to 11, keep it 4 hours. They shouldn't have had a 2-hour pre-show. It should have been 1 hour. Some of the matches could have been quicker. Some of the matches shouldn't have gone on as long as they did. Other matches were very disappointing. So this is kind of my official review of WrestleMania. It was a bust. It was not a good WrestleMania, and if there's anything for WWE to learn from this, it's that whoever is in charge of their creative staff, they need to fire them immediately, because that should not have happened. It really should not have happened. It was a terrible, terrible decision. Everything in that WrestleMania was terrible, and that's just, I mean, really, that's all it boils down to. Is it was a bad WrestleMania. It really was. I know I didn't upload a video yesterday. I was busy doing, setting up for WrestleMania and everything. We had a party, so I know I didn't upload a video and everything. I had recorded one and everything, but it took so long to render. It was pretty much like a NXT TakeOver review, like my reactions of NXT TakeOver, and then my predictions for WrestleMania, but I made the video a little late, and by the time it got done rendering, WrestleMania was already on, so I was like, well, there's no point in uploading it now, because my predictions are going to go out the window. But my predictions were very, very different. I think I got like one prediction right out of what I said, and that was that Ronda and Kurt were going to win. Everything else I got wrong. But yeah, WrestleMania, WWE, don't ever do that to us again. Don't ever give us a terrible, terrible pay-per-view like that again. That was awful. Y'all have been building this up for like the past 2 months. All this hype for all these matches, and none of them delivered. None of them delivered. It was terrible, bad show, bad writing. Honestly, in a lot of places, bad matches. It's just very disappointing. I'm very disappointed with WWE right now. I'm about to go to bed really pissed off at WWE. And hopefully, by the time Backlash comes around, they will have everything figured out and they will fix it. Because I'm sure they just lost a lot of people tonight. I'm sure of it. But nonetheless, if you guys did enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe. Let me know your guys' reactions to WrestleMania. Did you think it was a good show? Did you think it was a pile of trash like it was? You just let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.